special edition of the Rundown with Ramon. And if you're here today, this means that I'm remote. Normally, 80% of the time, I'm in my studio in the vacation capital of the world, of course, New Jersey. But today, I am in the Dominican Republic doing some work with my church. So, welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. I hope your day is blessed. I hope it's impactful. I hope it's fantastic. And as I often say, getting there, having a fantastic day, having an impactful day is often a choice that we get to decide to have. I often say we can choose to be the thermometer in the room, which does mean everything that comes upon us affects us, or we can choose to be the thermostat in the room. And if we're the thermostat in the room, this means that we can impact, we can change, we can affect the surroundings around us. So welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. If you don't know me, I'm the publisher of zoneofgenius.com, a five-time entrepreneur, five-time author, sold three companies and more. And I'm glad you're here with me on a special edition of the Rundown with Ramon. I have three exciting things to talk to you about today. One, it's about what I'm doing here and how that can give you some ideas and relate to you. Number two, who I met in the airport on the way here. And then number three, the aspect and the importance of planning for your future. So welcome to a brand new day. Glad you're here. And as always, this episode is brought to you by our friends at Bitdefender. You go home at night and what do? You lock the doors of your house. Click, click. You leave your car, you park your car. What do you do when you leave your car? You park your car. Boop, boop. So I'm recommending, I'm advising you today to make sure that you ensure your business is secure. The going out on the internet, on the interwebs, it can be very harmful for your business. Cyber criminals definitely want to hack, they want to attack, they want to steal and cause havoc in your business. Malware is a real thing, spyware is a real thing, ransomware is a real thing, phishing threats are a real thing, deep fakes are a real thing. Criminals are out there. So I encourage you today to be vigilant, use two-factor authentication, use complex passwords, and do everything that you can on your own to have a more secure business, including training your employees. And remember, install Bitdefender Small Business Security Solutions. You can go there at bitdefender.com, bitdefender.com/Ramon, bitdefender.com/Ramon, and check it out for yourself. So welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Anna, the musical web. Glad you're here today, Anna. And I'm assuming you can hear me well and good, because if you couldn't, I'm sure you'd say, Ramon, we can't hear you. So Anna, welcome and glad you're here today on a special edition of the Rundown with Ramon. So what is Ramon Ray doing in Dominican Republic? Well, the church I go to, we have churches around the world. And one of the churches we're in is in Dominican Republic, in a town here in Dominican Republic. And what's interesting about that, where I'm at, the pastor who's in charge of this church here and the other ministers who are with him, I've known him for a long time, since I was 9 years old, and I'm over 50. So that's amazing, the power of relationships and the connectivity that we can all have. That's number one. But why am I here? I decided I wanted to do something different. I wanted to volunteer and do some things with my pastor and connect to other people. So I said, let me take some time out of my schedule and do something different. Am I doing nothing and sitting and relaxing in Punta Cana or somewhere taking a vacation? No. Am I doing work? Yes. In fact, I was up at 4:30 this morning working with a team of other guys to make pancakes, making mashed potatoes, doing something with beef, doing something with eggs, cracking like it felt like 48 plus or 24 plus 48 eggs and more. That's what I was doing today. And my point is, it's not good just to do the business that we do, just to go on day by day by day by day by day by day by day and do the business that we do. Heads down, and all we're doing is the business at hand. That's something you can do and you should do. We have to run our businesses. We have to grow our businesses. We have to provide for our families. But it's also important that we take a break. We take a rest. And there's one, the physical rest, where we're actually doing nothing. We're sitting still. We're pausing. But there's also the rest that we can do in doing something different with our minds, doing something different with our skills, doing something different with our talents. And that's what I'm doing here in Dominican Republic. Yes, it's hard work, as it were. I'm not on a roof deck. I'm not building things, not digging a well, which I could be doing. But meaning I'm not just relaxing on the beach. I'm here serving and doing things. And this is an important concept that we all should consider doing. Yes, Diana, the musical web, she's doing her piano lessons. She's teaching her courses. She's doing all the things she's doing. But it's also important that every now and then she take a break. She take a rest. She decides to do something different. I don't have the science behind it, but it's good for yourself. It's good for your soul. It's good for your mind, because you often come back refreshed. I'll be here for a minute, for some time. And as you can see, I'm getting business done. I'm doing work. There's Wi-Fi in much of the world. unless you go far out, like my friend Crystal Washington does, and go to the Amazon or go off the grid. But if you're doing something like that, it means you can check in on business and do things, but you can still get refreshed. You can still take a break. And this is my recommendation to you all, is that it's very important as we live our lives, as we look about doing our businesses, we do the things we do the things we want to do, we do the things that give us fulfillment, we do the things that give us amazement. This is important to do, yes, but it's also important to think about doing something different. Think about not just doing stuff for ourselves, but doing stuff for the greater good. It's good for them and it's good for you. So again, welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. And this leads me to my second point. And my second point is very simple. And this is to explain to you, this is to share with you, plan your life. Yes, it's very important, the aspect of serendipity, to let things happen as they happen and let things go as they go. That's important. But I find that planning your life is like having a financial budget. A financial budget does not restrict you. A financial budget, in fact, allows you to spend, lets you know what you can wisely spend within your means. And so I encourage you to plan your life. What do you want to do in 6 months? What do you want to do in 3 months? What do you want to do in 2 years? What are you saving towards? Who are you pouring into? Who's pouring into you? Are you planning for the life you want? Oftentimes, some things, I should say, the best things in life may come by accident, yes. But don't forget that sometimes the best things in life can come when we plan for them. And that's my encouragement. That's my thought to you today. So if you want to live the life you want, you have to live the life you want. And sometimes you have to orchestrate that and make it happen. You can't just sit back and wait for things to come to you. It could be time for you to step up and say, listen, I want to make this happen. I want to plan this. Me and my wife want to take another cruise. Most likely it's not going to just come by accident. We're going to plan for it. Me and my wife like to travel, go overseas. Most likely we have to plan for that. Side note, planning for that could be her health and my health. Are we healthy enough to go? Are we healthy enough to travel? That means we have to plan for it. We have to be able to make it happen. So this is my encouragement to you on the Rundown with Ramon. Let us not just be entrepreneurs who are head down in the sand, focused on building something, but let us be entrepreneurs who are looking forward, forward thinking for to live the life we want. How are we going to do that day in and day out? This is an important thing to consider. And I'm curious, if you're listening to this message, what things are you planning for? What things do you want to do? What things have you said, no, I'm in fact not going to do? This is part of planning as well. You can't just say yes to everything, and do everything. Sometimes you have to say, no, I will not do this so that I can leave opportunity, leave room, leave space to do something else. I've talked to you all very openly. I'm going to hold myself accountable to it. The piano lessons that I'm going to start when I get back from some travel I have. I had a piano in my home, and it was in another location, outside of my home. I found that piano. I'm bringing the piano back to my home when I get back from about 2 weeks and 2 or 3 weeks of doing some things. When I get that piano in my home, I'm going to sign up for the musical web and take Iana's courses. This is important. Why? Because I want to get better at piano. I'm 52 years old and I'm tired of not playing as well as I should. I've been playing piano for 40 years, but I haven't had formal lessons. So my point to you is, what things are you planning? What things do you want to do? Or are you just going to let life go serendipitously, which can happen along the way, and not make it happen intentionally for you? This is important to consider. This is important to figure out, what kind of life do you want to live? Come on, Ian. I told you I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it. Got a few little things in my way. Can't do it this second, but it is going to happen. And this is my encouragement to you. What did we do today? We woke up at 4:30 in the morning. I went to bed at 2 a.m. Me and about 5 other guys. We cracked eggs. We made some mashed potatoes. We cooked some beef. We did this. We did this. We set up like a canteen for people to eat. If you want to grow, if you want to succeed, if you want to get to the next level, this is something purposely you must consider. This is something you must decide how you're doing. Whoa, stop the presses. Not only is Iana the musical web here, and again, Iana, thanks for being here. Such a consistent show up for us. But Toyin Crandell, one of my other favorite humans, is here as well. If y'all don't know Toyin Crandell, y'all missing out on a treat. Toyin, it's good to see you here. Thanks for being here on the Rundown with Ramon. I'm in Dominican Republic, Toyin, and I know you're somewhere in the world as well. So planning our life is important. What things do you want to do, and what things do you not want to do? This is important. Alexandra Nicole is here. Thanks for being here, Iana, EYG. Check out what Alexandra is doing at EYGevents.com, I think, or EYGevents.net. You can put it in there, Alexandra, but Alexandra's doing amazing things to elevate our growth, to elevate what we're doing. So this has been my world. The third thing I want to bring you is the absolute importance of networking and connectivity. This is a game changer. Yesterday, I'm in the airport, Miami International Airport, a huge airport. I'm in line at Subway's, get ready to order some sandwiches. And as I always do, I look to my left and I look to my right, and I see who's around me, who's there, who can I serve, who can I value to, how can I make a difference in their world. I'd usually just do a simple smile, do a simple hello, say something personal about myself, say what I'm doing, and they usually engage with me and say, hey, here's who I am. That's right, elevate your growth. EYGevents.com. And she looked at me and said, I'm a banker. And I'm like, a banker? This is amazing. A banker in Antigua. And she says, we do events all the time. We do a big annual event, in fact. And I said, great, I should come to it. She's like, absolutely. I gave her my card. Now, I've shared this before, but I'm encouraging you, if you're not networking, you're missing out. Yes, is networking random? It can be. Is networking, especially because there's two kinds of networking you can do. You're networking when you're at business events where you all together in a commonality, you're all speaking the same language, here for the same reason, looking at the same agenda, going to the same meetings. You're here for a commonality. You're probably in the similar industries or related. So there's that kind of a networking which you can do. But don't miss out on the power of networking serendipitously everywhere you are. You're in line at Starbucks, you're in line at Subways, you're in line at the coffee shop, you're in line at the train station, you're in line at a college application, you're in line at the airport, you're in Uber. Are you at least saying hi to people, meeting people, greeting people, letting them know who you are, what you do? Are you at least doing that? If you're not doing that, you are missing out on opportunities. How would I meet a banker from Antigua and have a 50-50 chance of being invited to Antigua to speak at an event if I wouldn't have said hi, if I wouldn't have had a smile ready? This is something we all can do. This is something you can do. The power of networking, and this is the aspect of making your own luck happen or making serendipity come to you. You don't have to wait into the sidelines and wonder, when will I be picked? When will I be chosen? You don't have to wait. Everybody, again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Going to look at some quick headlines of the day today and see what's going on. I love looking at LinkedIn news. That's kind of to get some nice core business news and seeing what's going on there. Headline of the day: Bitcoin struggles to regain momentum. I'm not going to touch on that. You know, crypto and Bitcoin, I do believe it's the real thing, but it's hard to really know what it's all about. For me, at least, I understand it, but that's cool. AMD targets 35% annual sales growth. Now, interestingly enough, NVIDIA and AMD have been in head-to-head competition in recent days because of AI. NVIDIA is kind of the darling child stealing the AI thunder, and AMD is this little struggling chip vendor, as it were. It's a huge company. But it says AMD targets 35% annual sales growth. Good for them. Interestingly enough, Meta AI scientists to depart. This is big, and here's what's going on here. If you're not following the AI trends, you're missing out. I'm not saying you have to be in depth at the stock level and stock prices, the billion-dollar valuations, but I'm telling you, this AI train has gone. The station is behind it several miles, and you have a choice. Do you participate in it? Do you join it, or do you not? So this is going on, and you have a choice to be part of it or not be a part of it. The choice is yours. Another headline of the day: House to vote on funding. Good, 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 good. U.S. economy likely to shed 50,000 jobs in October, but don't be dismayed. Don't be dismayed, because even though jobs are being disbanded, it seems so many are also being created. Now, another news of the day: headline says small business optimism sinks. I get it. I'll read this headline here. Small business owners aren't feeling too good about the economy. Sentiment dropped to a 6-month low in October, the National Federation of Independent Business said Tuesday, as sales slowed and materials got more expensive. In fact, the net share of small business owners reporting stronger earnings fell 9 percentage points, the biggest drop since the pandemic. And it says here, at the same time, though, just a third of business owners said they had trouble filling job openings, which is the lowest figure in about 5 years. So here's the breakdown on this. Here's what I see in this: Alexandria, Ayanna, Toy, and Crandell. Yes, small business optimism will go up, it will go down. And you can take polls, and polls say that. But my encouragement to you, this is 100% a mindset game. And you have a choice to decide to wake up every day and to play chess or play checkers. If you're playing checkers, the world around you is playing chess, you will lose because you're playing the wrong game. This is the problem. Learn to play chess. Learn to win at the game. This is so important to understand it. Yes, small business optimism is low. That's what the survey says. I get it. I get it. But my point to you today is you don't have to suck that in. You don't have to let that affect you. You still can have a business. You still can launch a business. You still can do the things you know you need to do in your business to thrive and to grow. Absolutely 100%. Are you going to your current customers and saying, hey, how can I serve you? Are you finding out who are your customers and seeing if that's changed and if you have another customer set to go to? Are you upselling? Are you cross-selling? Are you going to partners you can go with and say, how can I partner and work more with you? Like me and Alexandra are doing. Had a call with her. How can we build together? How can we build together? You don't have to grow alone. This is the power of building a successful business. What are all the levers of success, as my coach Lamar Tyler says, that you can do in your business that will take it to the next level? Any of y'all know Lamar Tyler? Tag him on Facebook, tag him on LinkedIn. Let him know Ramon Ray is talking about him, Lamar Tyler. So yes, the surveys say what the survey says, but you don't have to always go to what the surveys say. You have a business to run, and are you pulling the levers of success of that business? This is the question of the day. This is the question. Yes, the surveys say what they say. I get it. It can be disheartening. The economy's in tatters for some. Congress is doing what they're doing. Senate's doing what they're doing. But what is your business doing? And even though what the surveys say that things may look tough, that's a given. Yes. But man, are you looking at the opportunities? Are you looking at the things in front of you? Are you looking at the things ahead of you? Alexandria Nicole, love what you're saying here, Alexandria. That's right. Our everyday worlds are filled with opportunities to network. Love this. And this is part of the optimism. This is part of the opportunities available to all of us. What excites me, yes, even my own business, it's in a slow period right now. I get it. Things are not going to always be easy, but isn't this what entrepreneurship is about? Even this, isn't this thing that makes it exciting? And I'm not saying exciting in a Pollyanna way when things are bad, when things are down. No. But I meant this is what we're called to do. If you're in business, you're called to build your business. You're called to get customers. You're called to get the right fit customers. You're called to know your pricing and more. This is the game. Love that Doris is here. Doris J, thanks for being here. Good morning, Ramon. Thank you, Doris, for being here. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for allowing me a dose of inspiration in your life. So again, going here from the LinkedIn news. Another news of the day, going through here. Holiday hiring set to slump. Let's see this headline. Holidays are coming upon us. Holiday hiring set to slump as businesses scale back. Seasonal job seekers have a harder time securing work this year. Businesses that typically beef up temporary staff ahead of Thanksgiving and Christmas, including UPS, Target, and Macy's, aren't advertising how many holiday workers they intend to hire. But by one estimate, large companies have announced plans to hire 372,000 seasonal workers this year, compared to 660,000 last year. So holiday hiring is at a slump. I get it. Again, this is my point. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Because holiday hiring is at a slump doesn't mean you have to be in the slump with it. This is the opportunity we have. This is what we have. And largely, it's not just mindset shift, but mindset is a huge part of this. Because if you have a negative mindset, if you have a dull mindset, then that means you will operate dully, you will operate slower. But my encouragement to you today is if you shift your mindset, shift how you're thinking, layer on top of that the levers that I was talking about, we can pull through this. And even at the worst, where you have to shut down your business, even at the worst, we have a lot of debt. Even at the worst, we have bankrupt. You can always rebound again. You know how many entrepreneurs have been in debt, been bankrupt, have had yucky times, and have rebounded again. My hope, my faith, my commitment is that you can do it too. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon, encouraging you today to take your business to the next level. And one of the things that we all can do, one of the advantages everybody has is the power of networking, the power of referrals, the power of speaking to each other, the power of connecting to everybody else that we come across with. And I strongly mean that when I think of Alexandria. Her and I having a call. She's soaring, I'm soaring. What can we do together? When I think of Toyin, I've been on Toyin's stage before. Toyin's been on my stage before. So my point is we can take things to the next level. It's not going to be easy. This doesn't mean it won't be a struggle, but this means we can get it done. We can do it again. If you're wondering where I am, I'm in Dominican Republic right now doing some work at my church. Glad to be here. Glad to be a part of this. Special meetings we have coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I was up early in the morning making pancakes, making eggs, making potatoes, cutting meat. Well, I wasn't cutting the meat, but you get my point. Helping out with a group of other guys. And this is what makes life beautiful. This is what makes life exciting. That as entrepreneurs, we get to set our own schedule. We get to do what we do when we do it. And I hope today's rundown with Ramon a little different. I hope it brought you hope. I hope it brought you excitement that we can. I hope it gave you hope. I hope it gave you inspiration. That instead of thinking all about what the news says, instead of always thinking about what I can't do, think what can I do? Instead of always thinking this can't go this way, I can't hire this, think what can I do? And I'm telling you right now, don't sleep on AI. My name is Ramon Ray. This has been a special edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today. Be blessed and have an amazing day, and go out and tell somebody how you appreciate them. Go out and tell somebody that they're doing good. Don't always be the person who's looking to be down on somebody, but how can I be the difference in somebody's life to uplift their day and add value to their life, add value to their day. My name is Ramon Ray. By the way, don't miss out. Check out the office hours I've launched. We had a free training last week, or on Monday rather, office hours with Ramon. If you want to work with Ramon, you want mentorship with Ramon, you want coaching from Ramon, don't miss out on office hours. Go to RamonOfficeHours.com, RamonOfficeHours.com. Again, RamonOfficeHours.com to see how I can help you grow your business in office hours with Ramon. Be blessed. Have an amazing day. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here. And until next time, I'll do my best to be here tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. as well, even if I'm from Dominican Republic. Take care. All right, all right, all right. That's a wrap. Thank you so much, Doris, for affirming that. Great businesses are birthed during times like this. And yes, part of it is to be prepared for times like this. Do you have the financial stability? Do you have the wherewithal? Are you able to buy when others are selling? Are you able to go high when people are going low? This is part of it. And again, I'm saying things that I don't always execute myself, but this is part of it. Everybody, welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Doris, thanks for joining me today. Alexandra, thanks for joining me today. Thanks for being here. Toyin, thanks for being here. Ayanna, go make a difference in the world because we need you. Be blessed. I'm out from Dominican Republic. Adios.